Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So, Bitcoin is still holding above 30,000. In fact, yesterday it went as high as 31,000. And many people think that this run can continue. Well, how high could Bitcoin go temporarily? And how high can it go in this cycle? Let's look at it. Okay, so this is what the chart looks like right now. Bitcoin is at 30,700 roughly, but yesterday it went up as high as 31,400, just a little bit below this 31,600 I told you guys about, right? That's the next resistance. We were really close, but since then we have leveled out a little bit. That's awesome. This is called consolidation, and whenever you have a big pump, what follows is a consolidation, and there's no signs of weakness right now. There's so much FOMO, so much enthusiasm over what's going on and what could be approved in terms of all the Bitcoin ETFs, all the new applications and everything else going on, right? So that is why Bitcoin is so strong right now. 30,700. Can we pass 31,600 soon? And where will Bitcoin head to next? First, know that yesterday's 31.3 or 31.4 is a one-year high for Bitcoin. Bitcoin last saw that number back in June of 2022. Wow. 2022. So those of you guys that have been with me, been watching me, have hodled all this time, think about it. We basically now come back up and wiped out about 1 year, 1 year's worth of down. Okay, so that's fantastic. And of course, someone like Michael Saylor wants people to know that this is the Bitcoin standard. Since MicroStrategy adopted Bitcoin back in 2020, okay, gold is down 6%, NASDAQ down up 23%, S&P up 29%, Bitcoin up 159%. Many people pick on Michael Saylor, saying he is too bullish. Why didn't he diversify with his money? Why didn't he put it into anything else? Well, this kind of shows you, had he put that extra cash that he had in any of these, would have been complete failure versus Bitcoin. So that's the Bitcoin standard for you. And how high can Bitcoin go? Well, according to Willy Woo, who's an on-chain analyst, he believes that Bitcoin can go as high as $40,000. And he's using this as an indicator that he created, but really it's just measuring the fundamentals of Bitcoin. For example, the miners, okay, the hash rate, the cost basis, and all these other things added together. Well, Bitcoin, according to him, could head to $40,000. And many people said this before. Remember, earlier this year, I was covering all these analysts that said in July, we could see Bitcoin to $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. Now, back then, Bitcoin was still around 20,000. It was still low 20,000, and people did not believe that we can make such a move, right? But think about where we are now. We're above 30,000. Can we get to 40,000, let's say in July? Certainly. Can we get even higher than that? Can we head to maybe 45 or high 40s, low 50s? Well, now people are starting to believe, because of the billions upon billions that have come in, and plus short squeezes haven't really happened. And take a look at this. According to Miles, 70 days of downside engulfed in a single week. Over 2 months of down engulfed, boom, over, right? This is the power of FOMO. So that's why don't underestimate the power of FOMO. When things hit, they hit really hard and fast. So that's happening right now. That's happening. Now, of course, long term, we're still heading up to the next halving event, right? This is what it looks like. Basically, pre-halving, you have this kind of like recovery. So this was a 6x recovery from bottom, 3.5x from bottom, 3.4x. Where will this end up? Right now, could it be a 1x from bottom? Could it be higher than that? Right? We don't know. It hasn't completed yet, but if we're following previous times, well, it's a lot more than 1x. So that is what we have to look forward to. And according to Plan B, well, if you're looking at the 4-year cycle, right, we are in the blue area. And the blue area is really good. Right before the parabolic green area. So, again, looking pretty darn good. And here's something else, the MVRV Z-score. And again, if you look at the similarities of right now versus before, so similar. Coming up from bottom, okay? And then heading to this mid-top, which we don't know, could be 40, 50, 60,000. But you could see the mid-tops are marked, but we're nowhere close there. We're nowhere close to that line. So we have definitely not hit that mid-top yet. And that is still coming in 2023. Maybe 2024, but most likely 2023. We always had a mid-top of 4 going parabolically up. And that is what's left. So things are looking fantastic. And lastly, I know this week I was not able to do a DCA with you guys, but just FYI, the DCA portfolio is looking pretty darn good this week. Up 13% in 1 week. Of course, this week was Bitcoin week. So most of the gains came from Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is about 50% of the portfolio, like I said. I think 50% in Bitcoin, 25% in big caps, 25% in mid small caps is a good breakup. There'll be periods where Bitcoin will lead the way, like right now. Dominance is up to 50%, right? But the alts will have their day, not right now, but that is looking pretty darn good for the week. And lastly, yes, Bitcoin dominance is still at 50%. Is it going to top out at 50%? And is some money going to go into the alts? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. All right, guys. That's it for this video. Excuse me. It's been a fantastic week, and more goodness could be coming to Bitcoin soon. We're going to see that 40,000. I like to think so. Maybe next week. Maybe next month. All right, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.